Well, hello and good morning, my crafty friends. Rebecca here, and I have part 2 of my March 2020 layout share. So, all in all, I got 44 pages done in March, which is still pretty awesome because I started working on like other crafty projects. I worked on my weekly project life, my monthly project life. So, just here are some that I got. This one I did. I used some of my new Nuvo drops, and I used this watercolor cut apart sheet. I have a whole stock of this gray, I believe it's construction paper-ish, that I got in a box from the flea market. So I'm trying to figure out how to use that up, and I use this beautiful striped paper and some tags and just some other ephemera and stuff, and it's Love is Beautiful. This, I believe there's a process video on this, and I used the Happily Ever After Echo Park kit. So it's like a Peter Pan never grow up type thing, and this is, I did a double page layout using page maps. So there's this one, and then this one. So, and I called it Adorable Boy. There is this one, I also believe, yes, there's a process video on this one. And I used the same collection. I was trying to, get into some new, I busted away from my March kit a lot. So when I do my remaining March kit items, it's not pretty. But I used some brads, and I used a page maps sketch on this as well. And there's a process video. I did ink everything on this, so there's that. I finally was able to use up this Taekwondo picture or paper that I have had forever. I used a ton of brads, which quite frankly, I think I could have entered this into the Scraptember weekend scrap. They had one where you did like use up all your brads, but yeah, I used a whole bunch of brads. I used the actual patch from his uniform, a sequined glitter strip, and that just came together real quick because it's a very simple layout. I seen the paper, I've been seeing his pictures, these Taekwondo pictures, so I got some of those finally scrapbooked. This one has a process video as well, and it was a number 7 for the Scrap Lift Scrap Squad on their Facebook page. And I got my sewing machine out and got a whole bunch of sewing done on that one, so that one was fun. At the beginning of the month I did, or the middle of the month, I did a lot of challenges. There is also a process video for this one, and a funny story. This was the Scrap Squad Scrap Lift number 9. Their Scrap Lift has a whole bunch of unused thickers and stuff behind it. And I did that. I had a pack that was like multicolored and gold, and it was funky, and it was, I've had it forever, and I hadn't really used it, so I was like, that would be perfect. Cut the heart out, did everything, got all of those things placed, and when I went to put the top piece on, I had used the Stampin' Dimensionals. Those suckers stick because it slightly hit it and it was done. I couldn't, and then I just got angry, and I was like, I'm not even going to try to pick all these off, so I went with scrap pattern paper, the little branding strips and stuff to get this one done. This one was done for is number 8 Scrap Squad Scrap Lift, and I got my sewing machine out on this one as well and got in between there, and that one was pretty fun. And I used some brads and some wood veneer, a lot more scraps from my kit, so that was good. Excuse me. Excuse me. This one was done for Scrap Squad Scrap Lift number 3. And I just used up some little pieces of paper. I was using up scraps on this, so. This one was done with Adventure Awaits. The other one was, I don't know what the other one's called, but it's the Peter Pan one. This was Adventure Awaits, and there is a process video on this, and this was for the Scrap Squad Scrap Lift number 4. And I did hand stitch all of those. Those were the projects that I've been like doing over the weekends. Instead of making layouts, I'm doing little tedious things just so I can spend time with my family because I'm home alone all day. I mean, my son's here, but he's in his room and I'm in here, and we don't really, just no human interaction. But anyway, I called this Builder Boys because this was my son and his best friend, and we went to a Lego convention and they had a ton of fun. And I even did some mixed media on the background. You can't really tell, but this one was also using the Adventure Weights collection. I had went to the scrapbooking convention prior to the quarantine, and I got a whole bunch of new kits and stuff. So I was working through some of those. You know how when you get new stuff. So this was for the Scrap Squad Scrap Lift number 2, Adventure Awaits, and I did use a little bit of the Little Prince collection. I have had a Lego kit in my stash for probably the better part of like 9 years. So I finally used some more of it, pretty much used all of it. And I was able to use, and since there's, you know, a pirate behind him, I was able to use some of the Pirate's Life brads, and I got some of the enamel dots and stars, and I called it Master Builder Boys, but I also put a Pirate's Life for me because I was trying to incorporate that in there as well. Here's some more of that. I don't know what that was. This was Sam's Lego trip. I bought the collection because we had taken Sam for his birthday this year. I mean, see the difference in how long ago that was. Like, look at his. Like, look how he's so different. So this was him, and it was Sam's Lego trip, and I even got the washi, and I used some staples up here, and just used the Lego stickers. This one is for my sister. Shows what's on there. This is her and my mom, and I had gotten some new fabric flowers at the craft book adventure scrapbooking thing, whatever. So I got this one done. And this I just kind of used my own little design, but it's the block design, so. This one I kind of used the reverse of that and used up some strips of pattern paper that I had left kicking around in my kit. And I don't know why, but I put Lucy from Peanuts on there, and this is Bee. My mom had got her a sweater and she hated it. I also have some mixed media splatters on there. Then I have this one. I had this triangle piece left in my kit, and I used it. That's how the layout came about. I was able to use up all of these, I believe. I got a lot of pattern paper used, but I put a lot of, then I added extra things to the kit, so I'm not real sure what I started with and what I didn't. So this one, again, just using up some of the scraps of paper. I was more using papers this month than anything else, so I need to work on that. This one, I had a whole bunch of these 2x2 squares left, so I stuck them all down on this very fun pattern paper just to try to break it up because it is a very busy background, but that was it. And there's a process video on this. That's why I had the 2x2 squares left, was I took all of the scraps that I had in a certain size and I cut them down to 2x2, 1x1, 2.5x2.5, and I just stuck them all down on the layout. I was able to use up some, I found these were in a kit, so I was able to use some of these Disney princesses. They really have nothing to do with it. I just felt like I was a princess and I deserved that. So that is the balance of my layout share for March 2020. I got a lot of stuff done. I'm very happy with the month. Being quarantined didn't really change my flow very much. I still have to work 8 hours a day. So I'm still scrapping about the same amount. Actually, even less, I believe, because on the weekends I'm not really doing anything because I want human interaction. So when my fiance's home and we play games and we get the kids, you know, it's just okay. So anyway, thumbs up if you like the video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below. And See you guys next time.